Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to this video on the Virgo full moon, which happens on February the 24th. This full moon is happening at a time where we are calibrating to big energy shifts and changes on the planet. This year, we are awakening to our power to contribute to collective consciousness, moving away from any victim mentality and remembering that each of us incarnates with unique gifts, a unique message to share with the world, and the unity, the harmony, the power to the people that we envision is possible to create as each of us recognizes and owns our unique gifts, our unique path. So today we're going to be diving into the energies surrounding this full moon and how to work with them in the highest timeline. So when I do these videos, it's not just about sharing the astrology jargon, but helping you co-create with this energy. And how I work with astrology is not seeing it as something that's happening around us that we are a victim to, but instead a mirror of what is also happening within us because we are all connected. It's that energy of unity. So if this resonates with you, be sure that you subscribe, be sure that you like, and say hi below so I can welcome you in this space. Say hi, and I welcome you to share as well what you are creating in this full moon energy. So full moons happen when we have the sun and moon in an opposition. So the moon is fully illuminated, and this illuminates what is also hidden underneath the surface. Emotions that have been buried tend to come to the surface during a full moon. It is just a time where everything feels like it reaches a peak. Everything feels more heightened. And this can really be a gift when we understand our ability to be that master alchemist in our life, to work with energy, to remember that emotions do not define who you are. They are an experience, a temporary experience. And you'll see this is actually a big theme with the Piscean energy that we are working with. Emotions don't define us, emotions come and go. They are part of our human experience, but we are so much more than our emotions in any one given moment in time. So everything illuminated at the time of a full moon makes it a beautiful time for celebration. Look at the intentions you set, even at the beginning of this year or the corresponding new moon, and really look at how far you have come on that journey. And we can train our brain to see the progress that we are making. And I would really encourage you to do that because when we believe and we have evidence that we are progressing toward our goals, we are much more motivated to take action than we are if we feel like nothing is changing or we have this sense of helplessness. So we can train ourselves to see how far we are coming, that we are making progress every day. And what we focus on, we amplify in our world. And what we amplify becomes our reality. We see things that are a match to whatever we are amplifying. So when you notice that you are making progress toward your dreams, you're going to show up in a new way. You're going to take different actions. You're going to entertain new ideas and thoughts. And that's going to create a new experience, a new reality for you. So this moon specifically, we have the moon in Virgo and we have the sun in the sign of Pisces. So we are working with the Virgo Pisces axes, which is the healing axes of the zodiac. So anytime we have a lot of this energy activated that brings in the Virgo Pisces axes, we know it as a time of deep healing. With Virgo, it really connects to our physical well-being, how we are caring for ourselves day to day. With Pisces, it's more about our emotional and spiritual health and well-being. And of course, we know these play with one another. They're actually not separate at all, which is why they are a part of the same axes. How we are feeling emotionally is going to be expressed in how we feel physically. They are all interconnected. Just as we care for ourselves physically, more and more each day, whether that's through the amount of sleep that we're getting, the food that we're eating, taking time for meditation, we're going to see the positive effects on our emotions as well. So let's dive in here and take a closer look. I'm going to share my screen and we are going to take a look at this beautiful Virgo full moon over here at 5 degrees opposite the sun at 5 degrees of Pisces. We also have Saturn and Mercury close by. So we're going to look at those energies and how they are at play this full moon as well. So Virgo energy is about our day-to-day routine and looking at how small changes in our routine actually compound over time to create big results in our life. So imagine being committed to showing up every day in your business on Instagram and writing a post every day for 6 months. Imagine how that would compound over time. The clarity you would get, the creativity you would tap into, the momentum that you would build, the confidence that you would gain through doing that one action consistently. Or adding a morning meditation, meditating 10 minutes every day, you would notice a difference after a week. You would feel more connected to your body. You would relax your nervous system. You would be more aware of what's active in your vibrational field, the message you're sending to the universe. Imagine the compound effect of that after 2 weeks, after a month, after 2 months. So I love this energy of Virgo because it also is about devotion. It's about being devoted to the practices that support our well-being and that also allow us to be of service to the world. Virgo is very focused on being of service, helping other people, helping the planet. And this Virgo full moon is a beautiful time to look at those changes you can make in your daily life that will actually leave you in a completely different place in a year from now. And I know a year can feel like a long time, but in the scheme of things, it really isn't at all. So it's really worth making those little changes that you know support you. And going back to this idea as well around devotion. So throughout my life, I've often had people say to me, like, you have so much willpower, you're so disciplined. And I don't actually feel like that is the case. I can see how it looks like that from the outside. Really, what it is being devoted and committed to the tasks that support me. So I'm committed to the growth of my business because I'm committed to sharing my message and my healing gifts. So that means showing up consistently, sharing programs and creations with the world because I'm devoted to the growth of my business. I'm devoted to helping other people heal, awaken, remember their personal power. I am devoted to my physical health and well-being. So that means being committed to the gym, but it never working out, eating healthy, but it never feels like force. It's more about taking the actions that produce the results that I desire. So this is another theme, this Virgo full moon. What are you devoted to in your life? And what changes can you make that would support your vision in you realizing your vision, you stepping into your vision, you supporting your well-being? So opposite this Virgo full moon, we have the sun in Pisces. We are in Pisces season. And Pisces season is a time of heightened intuition. Anyone with a lot of Pisces energy, this is like the original empath. They feel everything. They could walk into a room, instantly sense the energy in that space. They could call a friend, instantly sense how they are feeling, if something's wrong, like so intuitive, so aware of the energy surrounding them. And in Pisces season, we all feel more sensitive to the energies around us, more sensitive to the energies within us. Emotions can feel very heightened during Pisces season as well. So going back to what I said at the start, emotions don't define who you are. They are fleeting experiences. That is something to be aware of during Pisces season. The shadow side of this energy can be escapism because everything feels heightened and intense, and sometimes can feel confusing. Is this my energy or emotion? Is this something from the collective? Is this my neighbors? Is this my friends' emotions? And then we want to escape it, and we want to be aware of the escapism patterns in our life, what we do to numb ourselves from feeling. And we all are aware of the different ways we can numb ourselves from feeling, whether that's like binge watching a show on Netflix, drinking, drugs, the things we do to escape that actually, like, they just prolong the period of not facing those emotions or things that we're meant to address. So it just actually prolongs the healing process instead of actually helping us move through it. So be aware of that this Pisces season, and with love and compassion. These energies are very healing. It's not about being overly critical, which we want to be aware of with the shadow side of Virgo, overly critical of ourselves and others, putting too much pressure on ourselves, beating up on ourselves. If we are placing a lot of pressure on ourselves, that's actually not conducive to being in our full manifesting power, because that pressure puts our body into fight or flight mode. When we are in fight or flight mode, we're not thinking as clearly, as creatively, we're not feeling that connection as much to our higher self. So we want to be aware as well of where we are placing that pressure, and how can instead we practice deeper levels of self-compassion. Pisces is very compassionate with other people. Practice that compassion with yourself. Now, Mercury is coming into the equation here, and Mercury is actually the ruler of this full moon. Mercury is the planet of communication, of knowledge. In Pisces, it's about trusting your intuition and dreaming big. That's a message I received from the Akashic Records as well. So when I feel into these cosmic energies, I'm not only studying the chart, but I'm tapping into the Akashic field and asking for guidance on how to work with this in the highest timeline possible for my life and for the planet. And that's what I share with you. So the Akashic Records brings you back to your energetic blueprint, your soul's truth. It is your unique soul story. Just for anyone that may be new to the records, I'm like, perhaps I should explain that. So tapping into the Akashic field is also tapping into the frequency of love and pure potential and possibility. And it holds every thought, every idea as an energetic imprint, every thought that's ever been thought or will ever be thought, converging in this energetic space. And there's a lot of wisdom that we can tap into from there that can support our journey, that can support us in aligning with what our highest path is. So going back to Mercury and Pisces, the ruler of this full moon, trust your intuition. Things get confusing in Pisces season if you make a lot of pros and cons lists, you ask everybody's opinion, you feel like logically you need to know every step to get from where you are to where you desire. It's not about that with these energies. It's about tapping into your inner visionary, dreaming big, claiming the desires that have been placed in your heart, being bold enough to fully claim them, to say yes to what you want, to remember that your past does not determine your future. Every moment is a new beginning, a new opportunity to create something new. So what will you choose? There's a lot of energy here about dreaming big and then creating the structure to bring that to fruition, because Virgo is an earth sign. I really associate Virgo with like gardening as well. So if we think of planting new seeds in our garden, if we want them to flourish, we'll care for them. We have to water them, make sure that they get proper sunlight, take care of the soil. So there's something very tangible and practical that we're doing to bring those dreams to fruition. And then we also have Saturn over here in the sign of Pisces as well, not too far from an opposition with this moon and next to the sun. And Saturn is structure and discipline. So it is looking at creating a foundation that allows us to flourish. And what do we need to change in that foundation so we can flourish? If we don't address the soil and, there's something wrong with the soil and we're just trying to fix the flower on the surface without addressing the root cause, we all know that doesn't work, or maybe temporary fixes. We want to get to the source. And this full moon is really helping you do that in beautiful ways. I also want to take a look at Mars and Venus over here in Aquarius, almost exactly conjunct. This is about dreaming big as well. This is about activating your inner visionary. This is definitely about seeing beyond what is and being able to hold the vision for a better future for all of us. This is also about being authentically you. Embracing those quirks that make you who you are, that may feel odd or weird, and like we're getting to a time where we don't care and it's just about being who we really are, and recognizing that that is actually the greatest gift that we can offer the planet, because infinite intelligence does want to be expressed and experienced through you. And when you try to box yourself in, you shrink in the process and you take away your magnetic power and your magic, because you're not being who you came here to be. So I really see this energy is about shining in your authentic truth, showing the world who you really are, breaking free from the limitations. I really talked about that with the Aquarius new moon. And because we have such a focus on the Aquarian energy this year, with Pluto also moving into Aquarius, kicking off a new era, this is really a new time. It still is going to be the focus throughout this year, shining in your authentic truth. This is also where you're going to be really motivated to make changes in your life if you are stuck in certain situations or practices that aren't getting you the results you want, that are just not working, that aren't honoring of what you really value. This is a lot of motivation here to create that change, to break free, to be aware of where those energy leaks are, to say no to what drains you. And on the other side of that is having the courage to say yes to what does move you into your vision. Yeah, beautiful energy there. It's also squaring Jupiter. And this is big expansion, but this expansion really is new territory. And this is where, you know, I wrote a post maybe a week ago on Facebook, or a few days ago. So recently, anyway, I wrote a post on Facebook about how we are calibrating to a lot of changes at this time. We're calibrating to a new energy on the planet, a new way of showing up. And as a result, you may be feeling a little tired. So, like, rest if you need rest. We're all kind of discovering these new energies. We're at the beginning of a new era. Just think about the beginning of a new time period, a new era. Those stages initially, we're still calibrating to what it is all about. And there's a lot of energy moving through our body that can make us perhaps feel a little tired. So, really care for yourself, nourish yourself, give your body what it needs to really thrive. This aspect with Jupiter in Taurus squaring Mars and Venus over here in Aquarius also suggests that there's this new version of you that has been emerging. This is another theme I've been speaking to that has really been showing up cosmically. A new version of you has arrived that likely feels more true to your soul than ever before. And you're really honoring that. But at the same time, it's kind of those beginning stages of like, okay, how do I dress? How do I move? How do I speak? What programs do I now share with the world? Like, there's these changes that are happening and you're still calibrating to this adjustment. But there's a lot of motivation here to go for it. To like claim your dreams, claim your vision, say yes to this new version of you, really getting to know even your future self. Aquarius energy is very futuristic. And going back to the Akashic records, in the Akashic field, time is experienced very differently. So here in the 3D realm earth plane, we have past, present, and future. That's how we understand time in this frequency. We see it as linear, but in the Akashic field, there's a new frequency. So there's a new understanding of time, and it's more about the power of energy and how it all converges in the now moment. So essentially, you can tap into your future self, but you're doing it in this now moment. So as you do that, you accelerate your creations and your manifestations, and you can create a lot of change really quickly in your world. The last thing I want to touch on here is a conjunction happening with Chiron in the North Node in the sign of Aries, exactly conjunct here at the time of this full moon, or very, very closely. They're both at 16 degrees. Like this is a powerful conjunction. And this conjunction here, the North Node and Chiron only come together about every 20 years. And I mean, it's been a very, very, very long time before we've seen this in Aries. So this is like a new, you are using your healing gifts in a new way. You are at a new frontier of healing. You have closed a lot of chapters, a lot of karmic cycles, and this is a new path you are now embarking on. And again, there's this theme of you may be a little uncertain because it all feels so new. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, but there's the courage and the boldness that you are feeling, a deeper commitment to your path, your purpose, doing things your way, breaking free of the status quo, contributing a new energy to the collective consciousness, seeing things through a new lens. This is a lot of powerful energy here. So I encourage you to acknowledge how far you have come on your healing journey. And for light workers, healers, spiritual entrepreneurs, this can also signal a time to reflect on how you can use your journey, your story to empower others. Like, what have you learned throughout your healing journey that you can now share with other people that can help them? How can your story of transformation, of getting from where you once were to where you are now today, inspire others and help bridge that gap? Because we are stepping into a deeper understanding that we are all interconnected here on the planet. Like, it's that paradox of, yes, we are here as individuals, but we are far, far more connected than we recognize. And we are all co-creating together, and like helping one another out just helps all of us out. When we help someone else, we're helping ourselves, we're helping the planet evolve into higher energies and frequencies. It's like of service. What's of service to us is of service to the planet. So those are the main themes here with this Virgo full moon. I want to sum this up a little bit here. So I would really say some takeaways. Take a look at your daily routine, the habits you are engaging in, the practices you are engaging in, where maybe you can clean things up a little bit. Looking at where those tendencies to escape are coming in, and how you can really just care for yourself in a new way, how you can be devoted to the practices that help you take your desires and your dreams from just a desire that is in existence in the energetic realm into a full manifested reality. So a few things I'm going to share below: an upcoming workshop that I'm doing, which is all about upgrading your subconscious and aligning with your highest self. I'm going to take you into the Akashic Records, and in that space, guide you through reprogramming work to really update your mind so it's on board with the impact you're here to make, the abundance you are here to experience, feeling confident in your power as the conscious creator of your life. So I'm going to attach that below if you would like to join me, and I'll also share my Instagram so we can stay connected. I often share posts in there that help you work with the current cosmic energies. All right, I am sending you all so much love. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Full moon blessings sent your way, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.